Hello everyone, welcome to the morning news with your host Connor Holmes, here to give you the latest and greatest what's happening in the news this week. Starting off the news this week, G7, or the Group of Seven leaders, ended their three-day summit on Sunday in England with a statement criticizing China for its human rights record and the erosion of Hong Kong's autonomy, while demanding that Beijing thoroughly and transparently investigates the origins of the coronavirus pandemic. These countries also agreed to donate more than $1 billion worth of COVID-19 vaccine doses to poor nations and agreed to a minimum corporate tax. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden had tea at Windsor Castle with Queen Elizabeth II at the end of their UK visit. The British monarch has met with 13 US presidents, every single one since World War II, except for Lyndon B. Johnson. She even had the unfortunate opportunity to meet with Ronald Reagan. Biden said the Queen asked about foreign policies Biden discussed with the leaders of China and Russia. Biden also invited her to the White House. The New York Times reported Sunday that Apple has told former President Donald Trump's White House counsel, Don McGahn, that the Trump administration Justice Department has subpoenaed data from one of his accounts in February in 2018. Apple said the Department of Justice said at the time that it was barred from informing McGahn, whose wife received a similar notice. It was not immediately clear what accounts were reviewed or whether McGahn, who had been the 2016 Trump's campaign top lawyer, was the focus of the matter the Justice Department was investigating. Senate Minority Leader and shriveled sack of skin Mitch McConnell said on Monday that if Republicans reclaim control of the Senate in the 2022 midterm elections, it is highly unlikely they will confirm anyone President Biden nominates to the Supreme Court. McConnell told conservative radio host Hugh Hewitt he didn't think either party would confirm a justice during an election campaign. In 2016, McConnell, then Majority Leader, blocked then President Barack Obama's nomination of Merrick Garland, now Attorney General, to fill the late conservative Justice Antonin Scalia seat, then pushed through conservative Amy Coney Barrett to replace the late liberal icon Ruth Bader Ginsburg 2 months before last year's election, expanding the conservative majority to 6-3. Some progressives are urging liberal Justice Stephen Breyer to retire while Democrats control the Senate. President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday held their first summit in Geneva, discussing thorny issues without reaching any real agreements. The two leaders held separate news conferences afterwards. Both presidents acknowledged that U.S. and Russia relations had fallen to a post-Cold War low. Putin denied Moscow was involved in recent cyber attacks by suspected Russian hackers, and Biden warned Putin that the U.S. would not tolerate hacking or election meddling. He also said Russia would face devastating consequences if Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny dies in prison, but expressed willingness to work on easing tensions. This is not a kumbaya moment, Biden says, but it's clearly not in anybody's interest, your country's or mine, for us to be in a situation where we're in another Cold War. The House on Wednesday overwhelmingly approved a bill to establish June 19th as June 19th National Independence Day, a federal holiday celebrating the end of slavery in the United States. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas, one of the bill's bipartisan sponsors, said ahead of the final vote, "What I see here today is racial divide crumbling, being crushed this day under a monumentous vote that brings together people who understand the value of freedom." I personally have seen a lot of people not happy about this decision online. People of color want real change, legislation, and a total breakdown of a system that has kept them down. They don't want fake distractions from the real problems. Let us know what you think about this in the comments below. The Supreme Court on Thursday upheld the Affordable Care Act for the third time, ruling 7-2 that Republican-led states lack legal standing to try to overturn the law, popularly known as Obamacare. The states had argued that Congress's 2017 decision to remove the penalty for not buying health insurance, the so-called individual mandate, rendered the whole law unconstitutional. A decision in their favor would have resulted in eliminating the law and the popular provisions it includes, such as guaranteeing coverage for pre-existing conditions. But Justice Stephen Breyer wrote for the majority that the state's lawsuit was improper because the plaintiffs couldn't trace a legal injury to the individual mandate. President Biden called the decision a major victory for all Americans benefiting from the groundbreaking and life-changing law. An extreme heat wave continued to push temperatures to record highs across the West on Thursday as 40 million Americans continued to endure triple-digit heat. The temperature hit 118 degrees in Phoenix on Thursday, smashing the daily heat record of 114 degrees set in 2015. But don't worry, everyone, global warming isn't real, right? One person was killed and 12 others injured in 8 drive-by shootings in a 90-minute spree near Phoenix on Thursday, police said. Police say the first shooting occurred at about 11:10 in the morning in Peoria, with the suspect arrested during a traffic stop in the town of Surprise after 12:40 in the afternoon. A gun was found in the vehicle. 4 of the people wounded had gunshot wounds. The others were injured by broken glass or shrapnel. Investigators couldn't immediately determine a motive for the shootings, but they don't think it was road rage. That's all we have this week for the morning news. Make sure to tune in next week where we will give you all your weekly news needs. I'm Connor Holmes, and we'll see you next time.